This is the iRobot Braava Jet Robot Mop. It is the M6 model, and the detailed model number here is M6110. It comes with a sample bottle of the Braava Jet solution and also 5 cleaning mats. So if we take a look at the side here, you can see another picture of what the robot looks like. Take a look at the back here, you can see what it looks like underneath the robot. So this is the cleaning mat that attaches, and this is the disposable one. And you can also exchange this for different types. They have dry and wet pads here that you can change out. So you do also get the home base charging station here, the line cord, which is the AC power cord. Now the cleaning starter kit includes 2 wet mopping pads, 2 dry sweeping pads, 1 washable wet mopping pad, Bravojet hard floor cleaning solution sample. If we take a look at the bottom of the box here, this is copyright 2019. It connects to Wi-Fi, and that's about it. So let's see what's inside. So unlike the vacuum, this is a mopping robot, so it doesn't actually have any sort of suction power, but it just dry sweeps. And so you can see the robot here, and you can lift it up here because there is a little carrying handle underneath there, so your hands and fingers fit right under there. And there you can get a look at the front of the robot and the sensor in the front. This looks like the release button, which what it does is, you can see this flap here pops open. And these little tabs come out, so that pushes the mop out. You can get a look underneath the robot to see what's going on. So you have the 2 charging contacts there, the 2 wheels here. And this is the sensor for the lighthouses that you can get as accessories, optional accessories. This does have a bumper in the front, so if it runs into anything, you can see there it compresses, and even on the sides here, it's got the bumper. Now this also has a sensor, looks like in the back there, possibly infrared. There you have the branding there for the iRobot Braava Jet. And this sensor back here looks like that could be some other sort of light or camera sensor there. And on the top here, looks like there's a little latch that you push up, and then that's spring-loaded. That pops out there. You can see there are some instructions there on what to do. So this lifts up there, like so. And then can lift that out of the robot. And this is the solution container. You can take a look and see what's in there. So at the bottom there is where the solution goes in, and it looks like there is a metal mesh filter inside. And if we take a closer look at the solution container, you can see that it does have this handle that flips up and down. That's how you pull it out. This is the bottom where the solution comes out. So when you put this in, this spring depresses and allows solution to flow out the bottom of the container. If you take a look at this cap here, it looks like there's a lock icon there to indicate that this is locked, and I think if you twist it counterclockwise, 90 degrees, comes out, and then you can fill this container with the cleaning solution and water. Then you take this cap, line it up like that, and then twist it clockwise until it's at the lock icon there. Lock position, drop it back into the robot, put the handle down, and then close the lid. There are 3 buttons on here. You can see there's a home button, there's a spot clean button that kind of looks like a target and bullseye, and then there is a clean power button. So that's how you turn it on and off. Because it is Wi-Fi enabled, you can connect it to a smartphone and control and program the robot from your smartphone. Okay, so that is the actual robot. This is just a piece of covering. That's to protect this charging base. So this piece here, this is where it docks, and you can see little indentations where the wheel goes, 2 wheels. And this piece here is the actual charger for it. So you can see that looks like it's got this black translucent covering here, possibly for an infrared transmitter to help the robot find its charging base. And then there are 2 spring-loaded charging contacts there. You can see that they go down and then they would push up on the charging contacts on the robot. So right there. So those would go in like that. Okay. Does have some rubber feet on the bottom to prevent it from moving around, but it looks like it's designed to put this against a wall somewhere. If you take a look at the back of the charging base, you'll notice that there is a socket to plug in a power cord, and then it looks like this bit here allows you to wind the cord around, and it looks like there are exit points on either side here for the cord to come out. So you could have this flush against the wall here, and the cord can come out either side, left or right. All right. There are also some manuals, and there's the warranty guide here. So this helps you get started with all the different buttons, sensors. So that is the camera there in the back there. And you have the precision jet spray nozzle in the front. That's where the solution comes out. The Archon sensor. And there's the rear docking sensor. So that's what, on the robot, that's what that back sensor is. It's for docking. And then you can see the nozzle in the front. And then the camera, which I guess helps with mapping rooms, so it can learn the layout of your floor plan in your home. And that way you could tell it to only clean a certain room instead of just wandering about the entire floor. All right. So the setup looks pretty simple. Just plug it in, set up the charging base, wind up the cord, attach the drip tray, and dock it, align the contacts in order to wake it up. You probably have to charge it to let the batteries charge up fully before you can run it for a full cleaning cycle. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the other accessories here that are included. This is a safety guide. This is the warranty guide. So the length of the warranty is 1 year from the date of purchase. All right, let's take a look at some of the other accessories that are in this top box here. So it looks like you get the solution, the pads, and the power cord. So first we'll take a look at the power cord. So it is a 2-pronged cord, 2 connectors there. If we unwind this, you'll see how it winds around the back of this. So you take the cord, of course, plug it in there, and it's at a slight angle. So as you push it in, then it looks like this cord can go around here. Now you could go either up or down. I'm going to try down. And then you just kind of push it in there, as you can see, and then wind it all the way around. Now, if you have it right, if you're going to put this right by an outlet, you could just wind up most of the cord. Let's try to keep it flat without any twists as you go around. It's a little bit difficult to work with there, but if you do it once, you do it well, you won't have to worry about it again. So that looks about right. And then I'm going to exit right there. So I put it in through that exit point here. Now, that will sit nicely flush against a wall. And then this I can plug into an outlet right above. So that's how that charging base works. And let's take a look at some of the cleaning pads that we get here. This is a single-use wet mopping pad, and you get 2 of them here, and they're packaged together. Then you have a single-use dry sweeping pad. So this will not use any of the solution. It will just go around kind of dusting your hardwood floor. You get 2 of those. And then you get the washable wet mopping pad. So this, I believe you could hand wash, or you could wash it in a laundry machine. Typically, you don't want to use any sort of fabric softener, and you don't want to probably put this with delicates because it might pick up some of the lint from your other clothes. If we open this up, let's take it out of the sleeve. Okay. You can see the back of it here. This is a plastic tab. You can see how it's almost like a credit card thickness. See that? And it is sewn in at 4 points here. And you can see it is a microfiber, 100% polyester, made in China. It says you could wash 60 degrees, so sounds like a hot temperature. Do not iron, do not bleach, do not dry. This feels like a foam material in the back. And you can see close-up of the microfiber fabric there. So this, if we take the robot and flip it over, you can see the arrow here. So you would slide it in. So you take the mat, flip it over like that, and then you would line up the tab, the plastic, so that it slides in between these 2 slots. And then just locks into place there. And then that's what it looks like. It has the mop on the bottom, drives around, mopping your floor. We can take a look at some of these other ones. So this is the single-use dry sweeping pad. Now this one, this feels more like a coated paper material here, this white piece here. It looks like it's not as thick as the other one. It's still almost about a credit card size or thickness. See, this notch probably helps it lock, and I think it probably detects based on this pattern here what type of mop you have. So you can see here just how this is put together here. You can see some of the fibers there of this dry sweeping pad. You can see little fibers on there. So that's dry sweeping. Let's take a look at this. So to eject this pad, you just push this. So let's try that. You can see it just popped out right there. Now notice this sensor under here. Do you see that? It looks like it's almost got an array of 3x3 sensors there. And I bet that scans the shape of this cutout. Now take a look at the dry one there. See how the pattern's different of that cutout? So this one, different shape. Now let's take a look at one of the single-use wet mopping pads. See what that pattern looks like. Just pull one of these out. So now you can see the pattern on this one is different from all of these. So you can see the different patterns on each of the pads, and that's how the robot tells which pad you've installed. Now again, this one, it looks like a coated cardboard. So it's single use. It's not as durable as the reusable one because you're going to throw it away after one use. And you can see the different layers of the padding here that you get. It's got this kind of weave pattern here, but this is for wet mopping. I do have some other packages and accessories that you can get. This is the wet and dry reusable mops that you can get for the Braava. There are 2, one of each. As we open this one up, you can see that the wet one looks the same. It's got that same pattern there. But let's take a look at this dry sweeping pad. It's kind of interesting because it doesn't have this, almost looks like a shag type of carpet, but this is for dry mopping. So we'd use this, and you can see the pattern here. Now it looks the same as the wet one, but if you line it up, you'll probably see that this one is offset to the left and the wet one is offset to the right. So this is a star fiber, microfiber, 100% polyester. You can wash this. It's basically same recommendations as the other. This does feel like a plastic, so you can see that it looks a little bit thicker, but maybe just because it's plastic, it feels stiffer than the cardboard paper that's on the disposable ones. Again, has those sew points there where it's attached. It looks like the paper ones, it's not sewn in. It's probably just glued on. So that's the difference here with the reusable ones. It's sewn in with the plastic here. So it looks like as this slides in, this would be the front of the robot as it moves along, and then it probably collects all the dust and dirt on this sweeping pad. So if we take a look at all of the different pads, so you can see what all the different patterns look like. They are all unique, and that's how the sensor tells which pad is installed in the robot. Now, the one remaining thing that we haven't looked yet is the Bravojet cleaning agent. So this is the sample solution bottle that you get with the robot. It's 4 ounces, 118 milliliters. And it says that for this size bottle, you would use half of it per tank. You can see the ingredients list there. Sodium octane, sulfonate, and be careful not to get it in your eye. Now, in comparison, this is the iRobot Bravojet cleaning solution that you would buy as a refill. So this is 16 ounces instead of 4. So with this one, if we were to do the math, so you get 2 tanks out of this, and with this, it's 4 of these, so that would be 8. So with this, you get 8 tankfuls. If we look at the back, it tells you how much of this you should use with the Bravojet. So with the Bravojet M6, it looks like you would use 6 capfuls there. So you use this cap to measure and pour it into the tank. To get started, you would just dock this in the charger, plug that in, and to pair it, I believe you hold the spot clean and the home button for 2 seconds, and then you should see a light come on. Download the app from the App Store and pair it with your phone. You'll be able to control and program your robot through your phone. So let's go ahead and insert one of these pads and start cleaning.